We're back. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hello. Little internet glitch there, I guess. So.
Lovely, just lovely. We try to give you the most professional show we can.
I try to tell him you can't worry about things you can't control.
It's the one thing. It's the one thing.
Going to the top of the to-do list today, talk to a friend about better internet connection, how it can be done.
Well, see, I thought it was the settings for the past couple of days. I've tested this show. Like, after the show, I don't know, I was sitting here for like how many hours yesterday just testing.
Hour and a half,
And it must be funny for you because I'm just sitting in here saying, no, I'm like, testing, Charlie, testing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just sitting here.
Charlie, yeah.
And everything was great. I was like, I can't wait for tomorrow. We're back on track.
Yep.
Let's go. Internet crashes.
And then...
Yes.
Yeah. So now that you've all found something else to watch,
right.
we have a show to do here.
And
so
if you made it back, thank you. We appreciate it.
yes, thank you very much. If you hung in there, or if you just heard about us and came back. So
and if it crashes again, we're just going to keep going because we're recording, so we're just going to keep going on our end, and we will upload the video. So it'll be later, but just so you guys know,
we're not going to make you wait till 10.
Yes, if we disappear, we're still recording the show, and we're gonna upload it later.
It'll be there later.
Yes.
Today is Tuesday, July 27th, and we hope you'll join us in the chat if anyone's out there.
Dana's here. He said it looks good on this end.
All right, thank you, Dana. Today is National Love is Kind Day. Rosie Aiello and Sonny, co-founders. I don't have Sonny's last name. Are co-founders of the Love is Kind Network. They founded National Love is Kind Day in 2018. They spread the message of a kinder, healthier world and support stronger, more wholesome families free of violence and terrorism. All right. Today is National Creme Brulee Day, which I've never had. Creme brulee, it's a dessert. It's also known as burnt cream crema catalana. The dessert consists of a rich custard base. The custard is then topped with a contrasting layer of caramelized sugar. Chefs achieve this final layer by using a small propane torch.
The only time I've ever had it, I have never had it. The only time I've heard of it is from High School Musical, and I'm proud to say it.
I'm
not even ashamed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in a song.
I've seen others get it. Like on a cruise, I've seen fancy desserts, but I've never tried it.
Somebody make us a creme brulee. Let's do this,
Dana. And today is National Scotch Day. See you later.
Yeah, he's gonna go get turned up on a Tuesday.
Morning drinking, huh?
I guess.
Now, day drinking is one thing, but if you start in the morning, you've got a problem, isn't it?
I think both could be considered problems, depending on the context. I think if you're just sitting at home, I don't know, like just watching TV all day and drinking, that might be an issue.
That could be an issue, yeah. On the date book for today, 1940, Billboard magazine started publishing bestseller charts. Also on that same date, 1940, Bugs Bunny made his debut in a cartoon called Wild Hare. 1947, New York Yankees catcher Yogi Berra starts a record of 148 games without an error.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wow? For a catcher.
That's crazy.
For a catcher. 1953, North Korea and the United Nations signed the armistice to stop fighting and divide Korea at the 38th parallel. On this day, 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a bill requiring cigarette makers to print health warnings on all cigarette packages about the effects of smoking. And on this day in 1977, John Lennon is granted a green card for permanent residence in the U.S. Celebrity birthdays today. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, is 46, and football's Ryan Tannehill is 33. Anybody back with us this morning besides Dana?
Just Dana for now. He says you got it. It's on the way for the creme brulee.
The creme brulee.
Yes.
We'll have
nice.
that after the brisket.
Nice. If you're here and you're back, let us know.
Yes.
We can chat with you.
Let's check the news for this Tuesday morning. The smell of smoke and the sight of haze hung in the air once again in Massachusetts Monday due to wildfires burning thousands of miles away. Multiple fire departments reported fielding calls from concerned residents, and environmental authorities issued an air quality alert for the rest of the day. Gas prices in Massachusetts are still averaging above $3 a gallon. I think I paid $2.89, last time. The state average is holding steady at $3.02, but it's possible we may see some relief in August, according to AAA. Massachusetts schools are second to none. Wallet Hub released its annual ranking of the best and worst school systems among the 50 states. Massachusetts came in at number 1, while New Mexico was last. Several other New England states finished high on the list as well. Connecticut was number 2, New Hampshire number 5, Vermont was number 10. Wallet Hub uses 32 metrics, including performance, funding, safety, class size, and instructor credentials. Crocs has filed lawsuits against 21 companies, including Walmart and Hobby Lobby, alleging trademark infringements. In the lawsuit, Crocs claims the companies are copying their foam clogs' distinctive, quirky design, quote unquote. The lawsuit seeks monetary damages from the 21 companies. They're ripping off Crocs.
That's crazy.
And kids are now suffering from eye issues due to all that screen time during the pandemic. Eye doctors say they have had many young patients complaining of eye strain or being diagnosed as nearsighted or increased nearsightedness since the start of the pandemic. The doctors recommend taking breaks from prolonged screen time as much as possible and trying to spend some time outdoors every day, because the natural light, in addition to the break from the screens or close work, protects against the eye issues.
I have always wondered if those blue light glasses do anything.
Did you get some?
Yeah, I got some cheap ones from Amazon, but they probably don't do anything. But like the real, like the good ones,
Yeah.
I don't know if they actually do much.
Has anybody had a positive experience?
Does anybody use blue light glasses?
Yeah.
Let me know.
The Red Sox with another dramatic win. We'll have details for you next, but a lot of people watching the Olympics and, of course, seeing some of the swimming activity. We'll have some sports news on the Olympics coming up. But I read yesterday that a majority of people in the world can't swim. Researchers surveyed people in 142 countries and found 55% of people aged 15 and older say they can't swim. And women account for most of them. 57% of men say they can swim, but only 32% of women say they can. I don't know.
I feel like it's just a case of not many people swim or like in a situation to swim. We're kind of spoiled. We live on the coast, but like, not many people some people like never see the ocean, which is pretty crazy.
I know. Or some people have to drive for hours.
Yeah.
You know?
So I mean,
we're going to the beach
that,
this weekend. It's a 2-hour drive.
Not everyone has a pool, so it's probably just a situation of they don't have a reason to swim.
We made sure all you kids know how to swim, living around.
I was going to say we live. I can see the ocean, so that's probably why.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gary and Nathan are here. They said morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for
morning.
coming back. Little glitch this morning.
Yes.
In sports, for the Red Sox, Monday's comeback win was not as dramatic as Sunday's, but it was just as satisfying. Alex Verdugo hit a game-winning 2-run homer off Jays reliever Trevor Richards as the Red Sox won 5-4 for the second straight day. That victory marked the third time in the Red Sox last 4 wins that they have won the game with their final team at bat. They'll play Toronto again tonight.
They just like making it exciting.
I guess.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Get your money's worth. Don't leave early.
Yeah.
The Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers saga may officially be over for now. Now, yesterday morning, there was a story that Rodgers may retire before Wednesday because he wasn't going to go to camp. But I guess yesterday they started working on things, and Rodgers is expected to suit up for the Packers in 2021. This new agreement would help set up his departure, though, from Green Bay. They originally had him becoming a free agent after the 2023 season, but I guess as part of this contract, this season will be the last, so he'll be able to negotiate after this season.
We were just talking yesterday. I wonder, what's it going to be? I mean, he knows he's leaving, though. Like, I feel like there's not much, I don't know. Like, the
Not
team
much
chemistry,
motivation?
yeah, the team chemistry must be bad. The motivation must be bad.
All right.
Like, you're just counting down the days to, that's like when you put in your 2 weeks notice. Nobody tries during
For
your
those
2
2
weeks.
weeks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
I remember I only left one job in my life. That was leaving WMYS when it became CTK. And you're right, I gave 2 weeks notice, and they stop inviting you to meetings
Yep.
because they don't want you to know what they're planning.
Yeah.
Right? And you really do just kind of wander around for 2 weeks.
I actually saw something interesting that said we should get rid of the 2 week notice thing. You should just, like, when someone says they're going to quit,
Yeah.
from that point, the next 2 weeks, you still pay them, but they don't need to go to work. Because if anything, they're just going to distract other people.
Yeah.
They're not going to get work done.
True.
So in that 2 weeks, you can spend it training or finding someone new and then
Right.
hopefully getting someone and then training them. It'll be more beneficial. Plus, I mean, in the nice side of things, the person quitting can then get 2 weeks to prepare for their next job or whatever. But,
Not-
you know, that would be in a nice world.
Right.
You know, not the corporate world we live in. But, yeah.
I'm going to get every last drop of blood out.
But I mean, how much work do you actually get done in that?
in those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
it would kind of make sense to get rid of that.
That is a very good thought.
Yeah.
And one more note, Day 4 at the Tokyo Olympics will be headlined by one of the most anticipated events of 2021, the women's gymnastics team final. However, an upset win for Alaskan teen Lydia Jacoby in the women's 100-meter breaststroke provided an early highlight in Tuesday's action. Jacoby edged out U.S. teammate Lily King, the defending champion from the 2016 Games in Rio. King ended up getting the bronze. Another upset occurred in tennis as number 2 seed and the Olympic cauldron lighter, Naomi Osaka, won in straight sets to Marketa Vondrasova, 6-1, 6-4. And I have no idea if I said her name right, but as I once told a minister friend of mine, with all those Bible names, if you say it fast and with confidence, people will think you did it right.
See, but you kind of just ruined that for you because no one would have said anything because you did say it fast and confident.
Yep.
And now they know your secret.
I share my secrets. What can I say?
But now you're exposed.
The Simpsons continue to keep it fresh. We'll have that story next. After we talk about this wedding gown here, a teen in Washington won a $10,000 scholarship for making a prom dress entirely out of duct tape. What does that look like?
Right there.
That's all duct tape.
Which, to be honest, you can't even tell. Like, it looks like a legit dress.
Larissa Leon, who is 17, won the Duck Brand's 21st annual Stuck at Prom Scholarship Contest. Her colorful gown was made with 47 rolls of duct tape and weighs about 20 pounds. She also crafted a matching duct tape purse, flower crown, earrings, and shoes.
Well, at that point, why stop at the dress, you know?
Her shoes are made of duct tape? In total, she says it took her 163 hours to put the whole look together. The teen plans to apply to the University of Washington and UCLA next year as she completes her final year of high school.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool. And entertainment news this morning. The Simpsons continue to innovate as it heads into its 33rd season. Executive producer Matt Selman teased the show's first ever full-blown musical episode. Selman says this is the most musical episode we've ever done, like a Broadway musical of an episode with wall-to-wall music. Kristen Bell has been tapped as the new singing voice of Marge Simpson. Isn't Kristen in Frozen?
Yes.
Yeah. The premiere episode will feature several original songs. And another Whitney Houston story today. ABC News is launching a new documentary series focusing on celebrities who shaped American culture. First up on August 11th is an hour-long profile on Whitney Houston. Set to air 2 days after what would have been Whitney's 58th birthday. The first episode will include never-before-seen private videos of Whitney, who died in 2012. I'm a documentary guy.
You are?
Yeah.
You were watching one yesterday, weren't you?
Was I?
Oh, no, that was just 60 Minutes.
60 Minutes.
The story about Prince.
Minutes. Yeah, they had a story about, on 60 Minutes, there was a story about how Prince has so many songs in his vault that they could release a new Prince album every year? Till the millennium.
That's crazy. But it is, how do you feel about, what do they call them? Albums released after someone dies.
They have a name for that?
Yeah, it's like post, something with an H.
Posthumous?
Yes, yeah,
posthumous,
that's it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those albums, though? Some people really don't like them.
I'm okay because I like to hear what the person was working on. And, you know, if I'm a fan of their music, then I want to hear more.
The thought that I've heard from an artist's perspective is that artists don't release things until they think it's ready to be heard.
Right.
And so in this case, they don't have a say on if it's ready or not. So at that point, because there's talk of an Amy Winehouse album coming out.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't think it's right because they don't have a say in it.
And they think that, that's just the family making money off them?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Or the record company or
with
the
Prince,
record label.
Evidently, he never left a will. So he's got several family members who are squabbling over what's left. So they've actually brought in like an executor, I guess. It's someone who's worked with Lady Gaga. So it's somebody who knows music. And his job is to categorize all this music. And I guess he decides what songs are coming out. So
that's just tough, though, because then they're going to group things into albums and tell stories that may not have been intentional.
What he wanted. Yeah.
I don't know. I got mixed feelings on it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's right or wrong to do something like that?
To release a posthumous album
yes.
of a star.
I'm glad you said that because I would have said, I was thinking posthumous, and I was like, that doesn't sound, that sounds very weird. Yeah. It sounds close to humor. This isn't a funny thing. I was like, I don't know how to say this. So. That's why we keep him around. He handles the big words.
So I don't have a Bridezilla story for you this week, but I did come across this list of some cringeworthy things people have seen happen at weddings and wedding receptions.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. This first entry says, I went to a Catholic church wedding where the bride's stepmother wore an extremely low-cut dress with very large fake breasts on display. That's why you got a little tongue-tied there.
Yeah.
The bride's biological mother, all right, so both moms are there. The bride's biological mother got very drunk and proceeded to make a speech. Never a good idea.
I'm guessing she mentioned the dress?
Now, this is the bride's biological mother says, I'm the bride's real mom. And then she pointed at her own chest and yelled, and these are real too.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Person says you could have heard a pin drop in the reception hall. I attended a super Christian wedding where the bride and groom did a first song instead of a first dance. It would have been lovely had the song of choice not been Katy Perry's Teenage Dream.
Okay.
Every time they got to the part of the chorus that says, let's go all the way tonight, the bride's voice got huskier, and she did some sexy moves at a super Christian wedding.
Yeah, that's weird. I think at any wedding, that would be pretty uncomfortable.
Have you ever seen anything weird at a wedding or a reception?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, chat about it. My niece's husband came out in a Speedo at their reception. It was terribly awkward, but he thought it was hilarious.
You gotta think things through about jokes. I don't consider myself a comedian, but I tell a couple jokes.
Right.
Sometimes you're wrong. Like you think something's funny in it, and it's not that funny.
Yeah.
You maybe don't get the. But
you don't get the laugh.
That's a pretty drastic. You think it's funny, but you should know that it's not. You know.
Especially if, like, your grandmother's there and
Yeah.
your aunts,
Yeah.
I mean, it may be funny for your buddies, but not the rest of the room.
Maybe like an after-party joke, but that's really weird.
At my sister-in-law's wedding, they had little bells for everyone on the table, and the couple was supposed to kiss every time someone rang a bell.
Okay, same as the glass.
Yeah, on the glass. Well, the first time someone rang a bell, my sister-in-law shoved her tongue down her husband's throat, and my mother-in-law chewed her out in front of everyone. No more bells rang for the rest of the night.
Yeah, we're starting to fight. Oh, we have a guest.
Trish
Trish
is
is
home.
here. He's peeing.
Charlie's doing his excited tinkle. So, Trish got out late.
Yes, Dana did say in the first stream, I don't have the chat up, but he said something about it was Trish needs a shower and a bed. Stat. He said
Just
it was
a shower?
a suck day on the boo-boo bus, if I remember that correctly.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, Trish, I'm calling you Trish now. I'm sorry, honey.
We're on the show. In this room, you are Trish.
Yeah.
My name's not
When
Trish.
we're behind this microphone, you are Trish.
My name is not Trish.
See, what she does a lot is, and we love you. We love you. She, on days when she comes home and needs a nap, we have one of her colleagues saying she needs a nap.
Yes.
But she will say, I have too much on my list. I can't do it. I have to do.
Well, we do need to get an AC. So that's
Let's
first
get
on
the
the list.
air conditioner, and then you can go to
Yes.
bed.
Yes. We also need to have, by the way, just so we know, we need to, sorry, everybody, we need to take care of some behind-the-scenes things. We're having an internet meeting later.
Oh, yes.
So, yes. So
The
if you
internet
could be there.
Stinks.
Why don't we say maybe 2 o'clock? Internet meeting in the living room.
We'll tell you later.
Please don't be late.
I don't know what I'm walking into.
Please don't be late.
Okay.
All right, let's get back here. Where were we?
We're talking about strange things that people have seen at weddings or receptions.
Okay.
All right. And if you have any, please share them with us. And let's see where I left off. I was at a wedding recently where the father of the groom spent a significant amount of his speech talking about how hot he thought the bride was.
Okay, yeah, that's a no. That's a no-no.
Everyone was cringing and looking at each other as if to ask, is this for real?
I don't think anyone should be talking about how hot the bride is, except for the groom.
Yeah. I was at a wedding recently. I went to a wedding where the officiant, the reverend, or whoever, justice of the peace, the officiant talked about divorce for the entire sermon. It was
know your place, man.
It was so depressing, and it had the bride on the verge of tears. It turned out the minister was going through a divorce at the time.
There it is. There it is.
But, buddy, nobody wants to hear
Love
that.
doesn't exist. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
But it's never going to last.
Yeah.
And finally, someone has said, when I got married, my mom waited until the moment I was holding a glass of champagne and about to cut the cake to tell me I was supposed to do a toast. I had no idea, and it was the end of a very long night, so I said the first thing that came to my mind, clink, clink, let's all drink.
I mean,
I've never heard of the bride giving
I don't think that's bad. I think that it rhymed.
Her speech?
Yeah.
Yeah, it rhymes.
It rhymed.
You
It's
gotta give
short, straight to the point, which is the opposite of what Gary has here. Gary said he went to a wedding where the maid of honor speech was over an hour. The mother and bride tried to stop her, and every time the maid of honor would say, "Shut up," and continue. Everyone just wanted it to end. That is crazy.
Over an hour? And
How?
everybody's telling her to shut
what
up?
could you possibly have to talk about? I mean,
Probably they've been friends since kindergarten, so she went back and relived all the memories.
That's
right?
crazy. Over an hour, though. That's... How do you not... Everyone's going to hate you from that point on.
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? Can you live with that? Can you live with everyone hating you?
I saw a great video last night. TikTok got me last night. You know how you said it gets you every night?
Yep.
TikTok got me. I was on it till like 10 o'clock.
Don't tell Trish.
Well, she wasn't home, you can tell.
Yeah.
But I saw this awesome video. It was a father-daughter dance at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But while they were dancing, there was a video playing. And it was a video of the two of them dancing from like 1993, 94. It showed as she got older. You know?
wow.
So, I mean, it was got you right here, man. Got you right
How do
here.
you think that far ahead? Or do you just
and
always record yourself dancing, or
probably, I guess.
or do you think he had that idea the entire time? If he did, the creativity,
Yeah.
unbelievable. If he thought that way back then, he was like, this is going to make for an amazing thing.
So I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, I have one daughter married, the other one coming up next year, and I was thinking, I don't have that. I don't have the videos of me. I have videos of Kat playing soft. No, I don't. I do, maybe have videos of her playing softball, but
I would think so.
not of us dancing. So
I don't know. I mean,
great idea.
We need a time machine.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, there we. Why don't we just cast the role of Kat at 6 months, Kat at 3 years, Kat at this.
I'll find a little blonde that looks like her.
Yeah, we'll reshoot the video. We'll need an actor for you as well, someone with hair. But yeah, we'll cast the actors here, and we'll make this happen.
Okay, I like that idea.
Everybody, let us know if you know someone that looks like Kat.
At different stages in life.
Yes.
Yeah. News across America this morning, there is more collateral damage from the COVID pandemic. There's evidently an alcohol shortage. Can't be. It's National Scotch Day, right?
Yeah.
The pandemic forced unscheduled production changes to accommodate all the home drinkers as opposed... See, we were drinking at home instead of... Restaurant drinkers usually consume beer from kegs.
Okay.
Cans are in short supply. Add that to a logjam in the global supply chain, causing an ink and glass shortage. The shortage in cans, bottles, and kegs is estimated to last through the end of this year and the first quarter of next year.
You know what? A lot is going to get done in this next year. After that, nothing will get done. But a lot's going to get done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very productive year, guys.
Mm-hmm. While most companies are jacking up prices to cover the cost of the higher price of raw materials, others are resorting to a stealthier measure by shrinking the package sizes for everyday items such as paper towel and breakfast cereal. Have you noticed this? It's called shrinkflation, and it is the notorious ploy of selling less of an item for the same price, meaning consumers wind up getting less for their dollar.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Love that.
I always want, like, when you open a bag of chips, the bag is like half full.
I heard,
or three
actually,
quarters.
that is on purpose for the protection of the chips.
Okay.
Or if that's a lie, then I believe it. But yeah, it's so that in transportation, like when they're transporting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many shoppers have pointed out the diminishing net weight of the family-sized cereal boxes from General Mills, the makers of Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms, among popular brands. Others have pointed out shrinking Pringles canisters. They're shrinking our Pringles.
You already can't get your hand in there.
That's true. Kirkland paper towel rolls and Walmart aluminum foil has less square footage.
Aluminum foil, man, that stuff is expensive.
Let's check if we go to Walmart for your AC.
Okay.
Let's check the aluminum foil.
All right.
And restaurants across the U.S. are understaffed, and workers are quitting in the middle of shifts. During the pandemic, many workers were laid off, as safety measures required some restaurants to close dining entirely. Eventually, when the restaurants started rehiring, they found a smaller pool of potential employees as some workers moved away, while some are staying home to care for their children and other dependents. And some workers, I didn't realize this, some workers are now quitting during their shifts because they say customers are coming in angry and complaining about everything.
That's the dream, though, right? To have a customer tell you off and to just tell them off right back and walk out. Like, that's what we all fantasize about, right?
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Wouldn't you be able to tell off someone that you're working with?
And just walk out.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I
might start working at a restaurant just to do that.
Just to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, your mother told me that she has a retirement dream.
Yes.
Where when she retires from medicine, she wants to just get random jobs just to keep her busy, like a clerk at the grocery store, maybe she worked in a restaurant as a teen.
Mm-hmm.
and then she could just say, "Oh, by the way, I won't be here next week. I'm going to be on vacation to go see my son, my grandson."
Mm-hmm.
And if the boss says, "Wait a minute, you don't have a vacation," she'll just say, "Yes, I do. I quit."
And then leave.
She doesn't need the job.
Customer tells her off. She'll tell him off right back. Probably beat him up, throw him into a wall, and just walk out.
She has told that dream to several people, and everybody goes, "Yeah, that would be cool."
She's starting a movement, I guess. Everyone's going to do this.
Yeah, she's just gonna work like at the Cumberlands, and if when she wants to leave for a week, she'll go, "Okay, I quit."
I told her to be a flight attendant. I feel like she would be a great flight attendant, and she would love that job.
Can you imagine her giving the exits are here?
She would love it, though. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she would love it.
I have someone that I used to work with in radio, is still in radio, but is also a flight attendant.
I wonder how it is.
I think he does it on weekends. And yeah, he'll pop off to San Juan for the weekend.
There's probably some crappy parts of it, I would think.
I'm sure.
Rude people, grossness.
Yeah. Things we don't want to hear about.
Maybe it's fun. Who knows?
Yeah. Do we have anyone chatting this morning?
Yeah, let's see. Gary did say that the maid of honor with the hour-long speech was very drunk. So
yeah.
I feel like that's the only way that can happen. Any other sober, sane person would know that that's just obnoxious.
And she kept telling the bride and the mom to shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up! I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Sorry. In third grade.
Gary also said, know someone who's a security guard at an arena who said when he wants to quit, he will tackle the mascot as a grand exit. That's awesome. I feel like we should all, whenever we want to quit a job, we need a grand exit. That would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, does it matter if it says, like, you got fired on your resume? Like, is that a big deal?
Well, who's going to put that on a resume?
Can you tell me why you got fired at this arena? Well, you see, Lucky the Leprechaun was looking at me funny.
Yeah.
And
I just had it with that dude. I wasn't going to take it anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. Abby said she told me that plan when we were done. Yeah, she's very proud of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to happen like next week. she's just going to start working at random places.
I'm trying to win. She years ago has said, please just win the lottery.
That'd be nice, right?
And I try, and she keeps saying things like, I gave you one job, and you can't do it.
Maybe the Vax Millions. I think that's this week, right?
Yeah. Well, they're drawing a winner. I'll explain this in a moment. They're drawing a winner on Monday, but then announcing it on Thursday. Why 4 days or 3 days?
Well, they do say that they'll check the medical records to make sure you're vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's what it is.
Massachusetts has a thing called Vax Millions, and if you are vaccinated, you can enter there's a drawing every week for a month, I think, for $1 million. Or if you're under 18, you get a $300,000 scholarship. So
sucks if you don't want to go to school, right?
Yeah.
Also, wait, did you say 300,000?
I think it is. Yeah.
What happens if you go to like a state school? Do you get the rest in cash?
I don't know. I mean, there's all kind of costs, right?
We need to know the details.
Okay, I'll get the details for you. But yeah, so that makes sense. They're going to check the medical records to make sure you got vaccinated.
Yeah, I think that's why there's the delay.
Right. It's time. Are you done with with chats?
Yeah.
All right. It's time now for this is something we came up with about a month ago, more than a month ago. Matt just came home one day and said, "Oh, make a note. Someday we have to talk about Matt's list of cars. He doesn't understand why people actually buy them." I thought that could be interesting. So
could fail epically, but let's do it.
We never know.
Yeah.
So I'll throw it over to you here.
Okay.
I don't know if these are ranked in any order.
They are, but they aren't at the same time. Okay. I feel like we should swap them out.
You see these cars and you say, why would anyone buy that?
Anyone's still driving it? It really doesn't make sense. This is just Matt's time to complain.
Okay.
Matt's complaining corner over here. So let's just start it off. I got 6 of them. It bothers me slightly OCD-wise because you think top 5, but there were 6 of them. So number 6, coming in here, is this bad boy, the Hummer. Mm-hmm. Who's driving a Hummer nowadays? I mean, first off, gas prices are rising.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be rich to drive a Hummer.
That's horrible on gas.
But also, it's just a wannabe Jeep. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, if you wanted to be a badass, it would be like a military Hummer, but it's not.
It came out in
a long
right
time
around
ago.
Desert Storm, I think.
I know, like CSI Miami made it famous. I know Kat always liked the look of the CSI Miami
yeah.
Hummer. Anyways, Hummers are ridiculous. By the way, I did want to preface this. If you drive any of these cars, I still love you, but I slightly judge you, as I say most of the time.
Okay.
But what's one thing that's worse than a Hummer?
What?
A Hummer with a truck bed. Why? Look at how stupid that looked. Just get a truck. It's probably cheaper to get like a nice Ford F-150. I mean, I didn't do my research. I don't know how much a Hummer costs, but I would think, right?
I would think it's up
I would
there.
think it's cheaper to get a nice truck than to get this piece of garbage.
I would agree with you.
Plus, orange. I mean, who drives an orange car? You got to. I don't know about that. I used to like the color orange.
My first car was orange.
That explains a lot, Pete. That explains a lot. Does anyone agree? Let me know if you agree or disagree with my list over here. Let's see what else we got. Number 5, the punch buggy.
Oh, how many car trips have I heard from the back seat? Punch buggy, no punch back.
The reason it's on the list, excuse me, not even so much. I'm pulling a Pete here.
Yeah,
not even so much for the look of it, but think about how much pain you've caused people because of the game. Punch buggy, no punch back.
Yeah.
Plus, if I will say though, if you are getting a punch buggy, it's got to be yellow. You got to get a yellow punch buggy. There should be no other color.
Yep, you're right.
You either get a yellow punch buggy or you smarten up and don't get a punch buggy.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on here. Number 4, smart car.
Yeah.
The reason this is on the list, one, is because it looks so stupid. Plus, if you're in a car accident, you will die.
Yeah.
There's no, like...
You're not walking away
and
from
I'm not
that.
talking like a rollover. I'm talking like fender bender. You will still die.
You're not walking away.
You're being protected by an aluminum can. There's no... I don't know why anyone would buy this, especially because these kind of came out a while ago before electric cars were big.
Right.
This was like one of the first big ones. But we're in the stage now with Teslas, and there's electric Ford F-150s. Why are you buying this piece of garbage?
Electric Ford 150s?
Yeah,
I didn't know about that.
That's the new thing. I don't think it's released yet, but like it's Jimmy Fallon got one to promote.
I saw a tweet the other day about the full moon that we had this past weekend.
Yeah.
It evidently was so bright that some electric cars were sensing it as a yellow light and slowing down.
Oh, wow. That's funny. That's funny. The autopilot stuff is like very interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, smart car, number 4. Number 3, I feel like this is the one I might get some hate on. Any minivan. Just any of them.
Are they still as popular as when did we had ours in the 90s?
Well, that's my thing is we're in the era where there's so many big cars that like look cool,
SUVs
and safe.
Yeah.
Why still choose a minivan? I'm also very proud of my picture selection. You can't see it. You'll look at it later, but it's like the most generic minivan that everyone had at some point.
Okay.
It's the Dodge. You remember the Dodge minivan?
Yes, I do.
It's that one.
Yeah.
Not ours. Ours was kind of weird.
We had the what? Caravan? We had a Caravan.
I don't know. It was like purple, though. Wasn't it? What color was it, technically?
Technically, I don't know what they called it, but, it was like a burgundy, like a red.
Maybe it just faded so much that it looked purple. I don't know. Anyways, minivans. That's my number 3. Number 2.
I totally agree with you on this.
Number 2, Kia Soul.
Is
it's
that
the hamster car.
The hamsters, yeah.
And that's the only reason anyone ever bought this car. Is because, and props to the marketing team. The weirdest commercial I think I've ever seen for a car. But it worked.
Yep.
It did, somehow. I don't know how, but yeah, no, anyone that drives a box car like this, because there's a lot of them now. There's the Kia Soul. Jeep has one that's not really a box. It's not the Renegade, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't like the new
Jeep
Jeeps.
has one that looks kind of stupid.
I don't like the new Jeeps.
And then I think Dodge has a boxy-looking car. I just think they're ugly.
Okay.
Especially
I agree
the
with you.
green one, the hamster one.
And it always seems they have a weird color. You know, like they have a
I feel like if you're driving that, it has to be a weird color.
Okay.
Like maybe they don't even make normal colors. But again, I did not do my research. Number 1, I stand by this one rank-wise. This is the worst car. I don't know why anyone would ever be on a car lot and say, I want that one.
There was a time when it first came out when I thought about getting one.
No, I refuse. At number 1, the worst car, and the one I do not understand why anyone would ever buy, the PT Cruiser.
Yep.
They were making that car, and they were drawing it out and I'm convinced they messed up. Like, just how do you make something that lopsided and we're like, this looks great. People are going to love this. People are going to go crazy for this stuff. They put all of the junk in that trunk and just left it there.
Oh.
I mean, they did. The slant. I don't... Why is...
It does have odd angles, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It's ugly. It's weird.
All
does
right.
anyone drive this? Does anyone like it? Because I don't get it.
So there's Matt's list of
Yes.
cars that he can't figure why people actually buy them.
Yep.
If we have anyone watching that has one of these, again, he still loves you, but he will judge you.
Yeah. Dana said he loves the VW Bug.
Maybe the nostalgia of it, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, it made the list. Let's see. Abby said my kid's grandmother had a VW Bug and loved watching kids sock each other whenever she drove it. See, that's the thing. You got to be a sick person to drive a buggy, because you know that you're causing other people pain.
And that always hurt. I don't know if it is it because there's something in there that like it's not your funny bone, but I mean, is there a reason that a punch in your arm hurts?
It's like a dead arm,
yeah,
like a dead leg, but a dead arm.
Stings.
Yeah. Gary said, agree with most of your list other than the van, only because I use one to lug my DJ stuff.
All right.
I'll give you that. It's good for transportation. But I will say there are better options. Abby said, I drove a smart car once and was terrified. Yeah, it's an aluminum can.
Yeah.
Dana said, my brother had a PT Cruiser and it was the biggest piece of shit on the road. It's just, I don't know. I don't know who could look at it and be like, that's a cool whip. Like, I'm going to drive around town. People are going to want my car.
I'm trying to remember if I felt that way when I seriously thought of, I must have said it when it first came out. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a hearse. Like if you took a hearse and turned it into a car. You, like, squeezed it.
Yeah.
The back.
Right, and push it in a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who wants to drive a hearse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Nathan said, Matt, I'm with you on all of your cars you listed. I also don't like the Jeep with a bed. Yeah, it does kind of look weird.
The new Jeep
truck. The
Jeep
truck.
Yeah. I agree.
Not a fan.
What is that? Is it the Wrangler? They gave the Wrangler a bed?
No, I don't. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like specifically one of them.
I saw a meme yesterday. Speaking of hearses, I saw a meme yesterday of a hearse pulling a U-Haul trailer. And the guy said, I thought you couldn't take it with you.
Maybe they're trying. Abby said, very good list, Matt. Thank you.
All right.
I've been working on this for quite some time.
I did.
The PT Cruiser inspired it all.
Yeah.
I saw one on the road. I thought they were extinct, to be honest. Like, there's certain cars that I feel like just went extinct. You just never see them anymore.
You don't see many PT Cruisers.
Yeah, I thought those were gone, and then I saw one on the road. That inspired the list.
Hello. So,
yeah.
You mentioned your OCD-ness, and I saw a poll on Twitter yesterday. Never saw the results, but there was a poll on Twitter from someone who said, when you're turning up the volume of your TV, does it have to land on an even number, odd number, or doesn't it matter? And I immediately thought of you.
Did we? I think we got into this in Virginia.
You and I were watching something. I don't know what it was. And you said, I think it also has happened on a football Sunday.
Probably.
Where you have said, turn it up, Dad. And I just went, and I left it like on 13. And you were like, no, go to 14.
Sarah does it to me.
And I thought, what is the difference between 13 and 14?
Sarah enjoys it.
Does she?
Which is funny because Sarah's also OCD, so I don't know why it doesn't bug her. But it's just even numbers or intervals of 5. But we did talk about this on the show once because Gail, who listens a lot, she said she's a 3-person, intervals of 3.
Okay.
And I said that was satanic.
I don't know where this kind of, it's like, if I like the way it sounds, I stop pushing the button.
If 18's too loud and 16's too quiet, you got to deal with one of them. I normally deal with too loud. Yeah. That's
if
the way I
16 is too soft and 18 is too loud, you go to 17. No.
17 of all numbers, man. That's such an ugly number.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17's gross. Or like 19. Like you can never. 19 really bugs me. Sarah likes to do that. But like you're so close to 20, which is like when you get to a 10, it just feels great.
Yeah.
Looks great. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to know I think of you during the day when I see these things.
Thank you.
So,
Appreciate it.
right.
I know more people agrees with me.
Agree.
Yeah. I mean, no one's saying it, but I know people out there are with me.
All right. Finally, one final story today. Women are taking to Instagram to show off their mom bods. This is in response to the recent dad bod trend. A woman who is credited with starting the trend says, ever since the dad bod trend, and I'm rocking a dad bod, I think.
Okay.
Ever since the dad bod trend started a few years ago, it's always rubbed me the wrong way. I love that it allows for body acceptance and confidence, but why only for men? She continued, I couldn't understand how dad bods achieved this cultural acceptance while society was still preying on women's insecurities with such intensity. So she posted a picture of her mom bod and encouraged other women to follow because she says women aren't giving grace about their bodies the way men are. And it's something that needs to change.
It is a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like guys were just like, hey, let's make this a thing because you either gotta work out or stop drinking beer, and neither one of those is happening. So
Doing either one of those.
So we're just gonna make it known that a dad bod is hot.
Yep.
And we're just gonna roll with it. But it is true.
It is.
It is true. It never happened for the mom bod.
So
that's a good point.
Good for her.
Yes.
All right. We leave you with this thought for the day today on this Tuesday. I've got another. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you my doctor trick because it worked again yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
Okay. If you're making an appointment with a doctor, say in my situation, he wants to see me again in 6 or 7 months. So I made an appointment, but I asked for the first one after lunch.
Okay.
And that's what I had yesterday. I had the first appointment after lunch. So my appointment was 1:30. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get there about 1:20, something like that. And I go and I sit down, and I do what anyone else does nowadays, take out my phone, check Facebook.
Of course.
I maybe scrolled once, maybe twice, and they came out and said, Peter? I had no wait. I had no wait in the waiting room.
That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, so if you're looking for, if you think, now don't get the first one in the morning. I used to also have the first one in the morning sometimes.
That just sounds miserable.
Miserable, yeah. But if you've got a doctor that goes to the hospital to make rounds, if anything's odd at the hospital, he's going to be delayed.
That's a good point.
And you can't really get mad at him because, he's
doing his job.
Somebody needed him. He's doing his job. But they're never late coming back from lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they're not in my situation.
My only issue with that would be they might be a little sluggish. I know when I come back from my break, I don't want to be there anymore.
Okay.
I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that yesterday. I had a really good lunch, but I had too big of a lunch where I finished up and I was like, I just want to go to sleep. There's nothing else I want to do but to go to sleep.
That was probably when the AC died.
Yep.
And your day just
My
spun
day
out
was
of
ruined
control.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I had so much I wanted to get done and just so many things threw it for a loop. Is that the saying, threw it for a loop?
Yeah, that works. So.
I never know. Sometimes I have sayings in my mind. I say it quietly. If you guys ever hear me tail off, it's because I don't really know how the saying ends.
I don't think it goes that way. Yeah.
Just throw it.
So anyway, that's my little doctor
Yeah.
trick there. Our thought for the day today: growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong.
I like that one.
All right.
Big fan of that one.
Hope you go out and make it a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Peace.